And welcome to another episode of DIOTALK. I'm DIOTALK. My guest of the evening is a talented artist. He's a returning guest with a brand new music. Ladies and gentlemen, give a warm welcome to Robby Monroe. Welcome to the show, man. How are you?
Good. Thank you for having me back.
It's an honor having you, man. What's new? I know I heard a couple of your songs, but I'm curious to know what's next. What's going on?
Well, this year I really was putting out just a bunch of singles, what they call a droplet era. So I just wanted to experiment. Like each song is like a different genre or me rehashing a genre I did before, but trying something new. And I was doing that kind of in the forefront, while in the background, I was really trying to do more businessy things for next year because I am trying to have a proper project next year. Just I really want to push it to its capacity.
Mm.
So I've been doing a lot of things, I'm not saying too much, but I've been doing a lot of things and I've been like gearing a lot of things together so I can like have the proper people and things in place. Because like I know something that people have been wanting that I did finally give was some type of visuals.
Okay. Which is
And
the video, which I think was super cool.
thank you. And I know people wanted live performances. I haven't really done that. I did upload a couple of clips from my birthday weekend when I was singing
Okay.
with my friends. So like y'all have that. And like I randomly sing all the time on social media. So it's that, but we're gonna get something proper. Like because of my musical table, like I need stuff to look a certain way and
Hmm.
to be presented a certain way. So I really want it to be right if I'm gonna do it.
No, I hear that, man. I hear that. And that's the right way to go.
Yes.
So talk to me about let's talk about Another Life, correct? That's the name of the song that you did a video for. How did that go
Yes.
about?
So that was so talking about the live performances. So I was trying to do something that was going to involve like live performances and visuals and be like a whole moment, but the timing, like stuff kept getting in the way. So
Mhm.
I couldn't do that because that was going to be a big production. So I couldn't do that. But I really wanted to like present myself in that way to the public. I wanted to present myself in that way with that, like with the glasses and everything. Like I wanted to
Yeah,
show that
the persona.
before, yes, before we transition. Because those first two EPs, it really was just, Robbie Monroe, just showing you those sides. But going forward, I want to be more concise.
Got it.
So it's going to be a real narrative and a direction. And I didn't want to pop up in another form and people be confused. So I wanted
Okay.
to let them know, like, this is who I am, this is how I am. And now when we go to the next things, those will be other specific characters and sides and situations. But like always remember another life and that style and aesthetic. Because that'll be coming back eventually as well.
Nice. So in the video, let me see if I could try to bring it up here. In the video, you start off talking, you say some stuff, and then can you talk about how was that work into the video?
Okay. So I've been acting since I was like one.
Been act
Always been
acting or you've been
dramatic.
acting up? Which one is it?
A little bit of both. But I've been, very dramatic all my life and I've done like stage plays and stuff like that. So I always loved acting. I was like, for this, especially since it's a Monroe made, which is just homemade video, but it's a Monroe made video. I wanted to add all the things I love in there and the acting, and then it turns into like a phone conversation, which again the acting because there was nobody on that phone. I was like waiting and yelling, and the phone was dead. Actually, it was one of my second phones. It was dead, but I'm so dramatic. I believe that I was like having a whole argument on the phone, and then it transitions, and if you pay attention, you can see right when I lift my eyebrow is when the beat starts, and then it like goes into the next section, which is the actual video part,
I like
which is
the glitchy video effect because it's like slowly
yes,
transitioning to the beat, which I thought that was super cool.
yes. I did very self-made. I did the editing. I matched everything up. This is why the editing was kind of off here and there for the singing parts, but like I did everything, and
Very
I
very
really wanted to
DIY.
make it look like that. Yes, yes. Which not all my videos will be. Like I might do some more just because sometimes I just can't wait and I want to do stuff myself, but I'm gonna try to do more professional things moving forward as well.
I mean, but it's cool because you're a creator. You know, you're a creator. You're always creating. So like, I think that's a unique skill to have because you're thinking outside of the box. Like a lot of people think like we need this big, kit to create something. And with today's next technology, we could do everything on our phone. So like I think it's pretty cool. I think a lot of your fans, a lot of new viewers, new followers gonna find it cool. I mean, I did.
Yeah, I did that all on my phone. And I used to like for the older fans watching, I used to do that when I made kind of like I didn't call them mixtapes, I called them like remix records because I wasn't rapping on them, I was singing, but it was like
Hmm.
straight to SoundCloud type projects I did. And I used to make like home videos to those, not all the songs, but like a few songs. If I like went on a trip with some friends and I'm like filming and or like when we went to the beach one time, I was like filming, they was filming me and like that was like the video. So I've always done this. I just didn't really have like a fire under me to make sure it's like more proper than something just random.
Right.
So
So
that's why I wanted to do
I
this.
I'm gonna share my screen real quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna do my best to show that video and show a little clip of the video.
Same
And,
mask.
just pick up some things at the store. This is why we're masked up, trying to stay good. And I just wanted to get on here real quick. It's like this
I
isn't
want to
really
fast
a
forward a little
delivery
bit so because
thing.
I don't want to.
This is more of
I
a
just want to tease so the audience can look it up themselves.
Yeah.
So this is where like we were discussing. I love that intro. It's dope.
Yes.
You're off in another life. You're off in another life. My heart, my mind started shattering when I realized you were out with him. The news, it bruised my ego. The hold on me needs to go. So now I pack everything I own. When you come back, you'll be alone. Let me call
That's dope.
up a couple friends. I
All right,
hope.
we're gonna leave it there because I don't want to. I want the viewers and listeners to go and look for you and subscribe to your channel. So sneak peek here.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
No,
That
I
was a
think
real photo, by the way.
yeah,
That was
yeah,
like from my prom.
that's
I'm not
dope.
with her anymore, but when we were together, that was from prom.
I find that super cool, man. Like that's a super dope. So you got that one. You got the. Is this the only one you released a video?
Yeah, the other ones were just like I guess visualizers. Like the other videos on there kind of like I think they came from DistroKid, like the little like
Got it.
images that are moving and stuff like that, which I still love those
Okay.
anyway, but it's not as creative as this. But I might put another a visualizer out. I'm debating. Well, yeah, talking about the songs,
Give me my flowers.
which is a hit, but it's a hit, and it's a hit to like the people who get it.
Yeah.
That song is very much, and I keep using this comparison because it's a great comparison. Have you heard the song Lifetimes by Katy Perry?
Yes.
Yes, that's exactly what Give Me My Flowers is. I put this out before that came out, so it's
Hmm.
not like I'm copying. But like we both were in the same, we're both Scorpios, but we're both were in like the same mindset of like, oh, that big, loud, like foam party summer type vibe is what we want for a song. Very 2010s.
Yeah.
The reference I gave my producer was 2010s. And like I wanted to go there again. This was an experimental time. So I really wanted to go there and I love that music. That's like one
Mm.
of my favorite type music. And I just needed that song to be more of a hit. Clearly right now, I don't know why people aren't that into that exact sound just yet. I see it coming, but just yet, like the people who hear it are impressed by the vocals, but the sonic sound of it, of that 2010 sound, is just not connecting like I thought it was. It connects for me and those who get it, so that's fine.
It's fine. I mean, to each his own. I don't think that uh much people are gonna overlook it. I think you're super talented and a lot of people could gravitate to your music. So like, don't even sweat it. Just continue doing what you love. Obviously, you're killing it, right?
I know it. I wrote it. But I
But
do want to say about the song.
okay.
Um, when I wrote this song, I was at a different job. This I wrote this a year before I actually recorded it, and that job was horrible. And
Mm.
I'm not going to get too far into it, but like it very much took. I think I'm like a fake empath. Like I'm very sensitive. I am. So like it was like draining my essence. I
Mm.
was getting so like all I did was do the work and then go in my room and like just be in my room the rest of the time. Like I didn't do anything else. And it wasn't until like I was listening to like a random Lizzo song
Mm.
and then probably a random Katy Perry song. And it was like one of their inspirational type songs. And I remember them talking about like when they're in their dark places, this is when they write these type songs. I was like, all right, let me do that. But before I even really started, because all I had was a title, or no, all I had was an idea of
Mm.
like the way I wanted it to sound. I saw a trend, I think this was last year or maybe the year before that, of like a bunch of male rappers.
Mm.
They were like giving each other, well, like the younger ones were giving the older ones flowers. And like, yeah, this is like your flowers, G, and all this and that. And like for a minute, it was a thing, and I thought it was a great thing. But you know, the internet,
Yeah.
everything's a problem. So they stopped doing that. But I think it was great because like they do give people flowers, like theoretical and physical. And I feel like I don't really see that for rappers of any gender, but I don't see that for rappers really.
Yeah.
And I thought that
It's
was
hard.
great.
It's hard because
Yeah.
you know, rap is it's a machismo game, you know?
Yes.
They're never gonna unless you're like somebody like Jay-Z who's still doing it at a higher level or something like 50 Cents. They're like they're beyond rap now at this point, right? They're really not
Yeah,
gonna
they're
give
more
you your
businessmen.
flowers. It's a competitive quote unquote game. But I love the song because it's like you're like almost you're singing but it's like yelling at the same time, give me my flowers. Like you're demanding it, you
Yes.
know?
Yes. And that's what I felt like when they stopped giving the male rappers those flowers. I was like, no. Because like when I get like older in this game, I mean, I'll forever be 22. But when I get older in the game and
God
that
bless.
term, then then I want to like if you love me, if you
Yeah.
really love me, if I truly like if I'm on your musical table, then let me know. Like I want that. Like give me my flowers. Like let me know because I
Hmm.
love the love and I always
Yeah.
give it back. But I don't need it to be like I say in the song like on my tombstone. Like I don't need that to be the only time I ever get flowers. That's what like many men actually pretty much go through. Like if you going through life, like that's probably the only time you'll get flowers is then. And I
Yeah.
don't see no other no other time you'll probably get flowers, which is crazy. And I'm like, that's literal flowers, but I mean, just even some like even like a lot of dead rappers. I mean, soon as who was it? Extension died.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not getting flowers. Some other rapper recently died too. Like everybody didn't even really listen to him, but all of a sudden everybody loves them. Like it's very
it's
it's
when your
very
dad. I
weird.
love. Yeah, it's when you're dead. You know that you become famous and rich. It's because you're
No, I want
dead.
my flowers now.
Yeah.
My
No,
mom
no,
said,
I
"Give me
hear
my
that.
flowers before I die so I can smell them." And
Yeah,
I do that now. So I want that now.
I hear
So
that.
that's really what the song. That's why it's so aggressive
No,
for the
I think, but
chorus.
it's like I don't find it aggressive. I find it very like inspiring. Like, you know, I love your tone in the voice. I love the beat, and you're just like, hey, just give me my flowers.
Yes.
You know, like very nonchalant. You know, but like at the same time, like passive aggressive.
Yes.
You know,
Very much
so
that.
I
Very
think
much that.
the song is dope. Uh,
Thank you.
I want to talk about Party at the Party. I'm hearing a clip. Unfortunately, you guys can't hear it, but like it's
It's
coming like you got
edited.
bars, you know, like what's up with that?
Now, for this year, I was putting out double singles. So Party at the Party and Propaganda both came out on the same day.
Oh wow.
And I thought, oh, everybody's gonna love Party at the Party. And people will listen to Propaganda and
Propaganda
be
is like
like,
Papa,
all
Papa,
right.
propaganda, Papa. You know,
I didn't think people I mean a lot of
it's
people like
catchy.
that.
Yeah,
It's getting streams like right now. Like a lot of people really, really like that one. And that's good for what we're doing next. But like I was excited about that, but I was more excited about Party at the Party because I don't know. It's a real story. Like when like some years ago, I like before everything happened, I like went to this party, my first like Spanish house party actually. And they were saying that and they were saying, I don't know if this is true, but they were saying, oh, when you come to a Spanish party, like you have to drink a shot of all the liquor.
what?
And I was like, okay. And I'm just saying, okay. I'm with my friends. I'm just saying, okay. So they had it like lined up in the
Hmm.
kitchen, shots of all the liquor. And like, all right, you got to go down the line. Everybody has to go down the line. And usually I don't do what people tell me to do, but for some reason I was like, okay.
This party,
So I
yeah.
did it. So I did it, and that was my first time like ever getting drunk. Because once I did that and I sat down, I thought several times I stood up and I didn't. So that was an experience, but the song isn't about me being
Mm.
drunk. It's about actually my friend who, after I recovered, she actually got bad and like had to run to the bathroom, and we're like chasing her and she's like spinning up and like I described in the song, I'm really in there with her holding her hair
Mm.
back. And then after that, one of my other friends like turned on a song and we started literally dancing in the bathroom in the mirror. And we were having like a party at the party, just us three in the bathroom. And I was like, this is going to be a song. And I had the opportunity, so I took it.
So that's where Party at the Party started.
Yeah.
I like it. But for me, it feels like like if it's like a kind of a diss. But then like you have um the other one that's like really gets you going, you know? Like
Mm-mm.
I'm listening to a snip of it and like I just wanna, you know, start shaking my shoulders.
Wait, which one?
Propaganda.
Oh my goodness. Propaganda was very I would say interesting because Robbie's not a rapper, but I write a little.
Mm.
Like I again I describe myself as a lyricist and a vocalist because I love to write and I write everything. And I love to sing and use my voice in all types of ways. So in those writing and in those ways, rapping is a part of
Yeah.
that. So I was really wanting to do a song that was like kind of like Brie One Way and Missy Elliott-ish. And I was like, this will be fun. And the Afrobeat thing at the time,
Mm.
it was like really booming. Usher's song came out that was very Afro. And I was like, ooh, okay. So I was like showing my producer all the different things. Oh, and Water came out,
At the same
and that
time
was a
as
big thing
Propaganda and Party at the Party?
before it.
Okay.
And I was telling my producer, like, this sound is really like, it's really kicking off. I usually like to go to old songs
Yeah.
and be like, all right, let's make this new. But he was like, you need to do something new. He's tired of me bringing up old dusty songs. And I'm like, okay, well, let's do something new. And I was like, let's do this. And in writing it, if you listen, the first verse and the third verse have the exact same flow pattern. Because again, I'm not a rapper.
Mhm.
So I only really got about two good verses in me, really one good verse.
I know. I think you pulled it off though. I think it was dope.
Thank you. I really like the second verse because I do a switch up.
Yeah, yeah. So talk to me about the That's the Lord. Talk to me a little bit about what inspired you to write that.
So that was not supposed to be a song coming out.
Mm,
Randomly in like March or something, I just felt it like I was at work and I was just listening to a bunch of gospel songs.
mm. Yeah, it sounds very
And
gospel.
it is. It's a gospel song. It's officially because a lot of people thought my first ever single was a gospel song, A
Hmm.
Song Away from You. And it's not. People, everybody says it is. Everybody believes it is. So I'm letting you believe in what you believe. It is spiritual. I'll say that. But if you want to say it's a gospel song, it's a gospel. This one is a purposeful gospel song.
Mm,
And when I was listening to gospel music, I was really getting into CeCe Winans and the Clark sisters, and I like that they don't have a lot of like hymn type music. It's more like they'll take a beat of the time and just praise about the Lord on it.
yeah.
So like that's pretty much what I was like. Okay, let me do that. So I listened to this random Patti LaBelle song that my mom used to love, and I was like, oh, that beat has something in it. So I showed my producer, and he came up with this real 90s style beat. I was like, okay, I got it. I'm gonna write a gospel song on this beat, and it's gonna be very fun to where like you don't realize you're praising the Lord unless you really listen to the lyrics. And that's how that came about. I just knew it in my heart. I had to do a song like that, so we did it.
I think it's pretty good. I think the singles you put out this year, Party at the Party, Propaganda, Give Me My Flowers, Another Life. I think those are all great singles.
Thank
Like
you.
I just listening for the first. Well, as of now, Propaganda is like probably my favorite one. I'm not gonna lie. And then that's the initial thought when I heard That's the Lord. Like this feels like a more gospel, which is like once again you fucking switched it up. Like it's
Yes.
I love it. I love it, man. It's cool. I think you're doing great
Thank
things.
you.
Talk to me
Thank
about
you.
Just My Type.
Oh my goodness. And we're back to the Afro beats.
That
That's
very
very
Caribbean, like very.
yes. Now I was listening to Jason Derulo when I actually thought about this song. And for some reason, because I have like a verse in there too where I don't want to call it rapping,
Hmm.
but it kind of is because it's kind of like a talk with a flow.
Hmm.
So
Flow
I
talk.
feel
That's it.
like
Just flow talk.
yeah, because when I was in the booth doing it, I didn't really know, did I want this to be rap? Did I want this to be a talk part? I didn't know what I wanted it to be. So I just let it be what it was. So I just did it. But like it goes with because the whole song is like a story. Like you will wonder,
Hmm.
like, is it about my specific type?
Yeah.
But kinda in a way, like the whole storyline of it is just like um a girl in a situation and she sees me and I guess her type.
Yeah. Talk
But
about it.
like
Uh-huh.
it's not really for like we shouldn't be together,
Yeah.
very dramatic. We shouldn't be together. But we do it anyway. And that's why the second verse is like us running from the cops and we're wanted and it's just like heavy drama
It's like a whole
for us to
movie,
be
bro.
together.
I
It
love it. I love
is.
it. It's an experience. I love it.
It
It is just,
is.
if you put them, if these songs weren't like just singles you have released, right? And you put in in the right order, right? It's a whole music movie,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
which is fascinating, right?
Yeah. Actually, are you gonna structure up a playlist and
I
make a
don't know. I'm
movie out
thinking
of it?
about it because it's also like you have like you have this gift and where like the name matches with the song. Like that's very old school. I was talking to my wife like a couple of weeks ago, just like remember when somebody was drop an album and there were at least one song that was like the same name of the album. They don't do that
Hmm.
no more. Like they
Yeah.
had used to have this whole body of work, like or a thought process, and like and look at Will I Ever, right?
Mm, love
Which
it.
the hook is like very 90s, 80s. Will I ever? Will I ever?
Yeah.
It's like if I'm filming an action movie, right? Or like
Hmm.
one of these 80s, 85, 90 movies, like or like Beverly Hills Cops,
Oh, okay.
right? That's the
Yeah,
perfect song for that,
it is.
you know?
I love that song. I love the beginning. Like when it starts, it's like one sound. And I purposely did that. And my producer thought, oh, we're gonna do a ballad. I'm like, no. Like, yes, these lyrics could be ballad,
Hmm.
but I want to be upbeat. Because I think I dropped that one with Give My Flowers, I think, or maybe with That's the Lord, one of them.
Hmm.
But when I did, I was like, let's try the ballad.
Hmm.
That's why it starts like that. But
Hmm.
then I was like, no, let's dance. So I was like, all right, now edit it in to this dance and let's really like get kind of
Yeah.
techno-y
Dude,
because
if you if
that
you if
bridge.
you if you like if you partner up with like I don't know, one of these, a Tiesto or David Guetta, and you have this song, this shit will go boom. Like this is stadium music at this point, right?
Yes, I love David Guetta. I would love to do a song like that. Like all of the producers, because I do listen to a lot of producers
Hmm.
that do like different like EDM type music. I really think I would be like great in that space, not just because I sing loud, but
Hmm.
I just love that. And I'm starting to learn more to give music space, like
Hmm.
especially all these
Hmm.
singles. Because like my first project, I was trying to sing and trying to have vocals everywhere to where
But
it's
you were
like mainly
finding yourself,
that.
it's you're finding yourself. This is like back then people used to have mixtapes, right? Because they,
Hmm.
they will practice their flow, their rhymes on these already hit beats, right?
Hmm.
And then let's say when you get signed or something, you're able to already know who you are, what you are, and what you want to represent. And that's it. And that's not all because some people just they never practice their craft, you know?
Yeah, I have no choice. All I do is
Yeah.
sing
No, I
all,
think
all the time.
will I ever if you're able to explore that song with like with one of these producers, somebody doing something similar, I think that would be a
Mhm.
fucking hit. Like, stadium music. I mean, but you also you got that fucking vibe, and we're like when I know for me, right, when I listen to your music, it sends me way back, but it's like I'm also in the present. It's
Mhm.
like what if we had this now? And then you're always like you said, you're a round table. You're always influenced by these amazing artists, whether it's their artists or whether it's one song in particular,
Hmm.
which is fascinating to me.
Yes, I do like me and my producer Dub, shout out. Um, we we definitely go back and forth. And not, I mean, I always win. But I do like to listen and I do listen to a lot of his opinion on music and like what I'm doing because because the way I grew up,
Mhm.
like I mean, my mom played 40s and 50s music,
Ooh,
like
nice.
country and like the hip hop, the R&B, the gospel, like everything. She loved what's her name? Marion something. that's an opera singer.
Mm,
Like I've listened
okay.
to so much music and I've been engulfed in it all of my life before I even started like writing poems and then getting into writing actual music. So I have such a well of musical knowledge and depth and understanding and appreciation for older music that nowadays, like I keep understanding like, oh, I can't make something that sounds like the 40s today
Hmm.
because it might work for a certain niche of people,
Hmm.
but for the masses, they'll be like, what is this?
Yeah.
I don't like this.
I think
And I
I
do understand that
yeah.
I can't just go for the masses, but I do want to stay true to myself. So I'm glad that I have a producer like this to where I can use old stuff, but he just like
Yeah.
make it new.
Yeah. Well, reinvent it. Like the wheel
Yeah.
has, it's like the wheel has already been invented. You can't, reinvent the wheel. So you have to use, the seasoning, whatever inspires you, and I'll sprinkle it and I'll make it your own, and you'll be good.
Yeah.
You got, that's essentially what it is. I think also if you ever stop doing music, like you have potential to be a great producer because you understand how to make music. You understand you understand how to bring the idea uh, eh, to make it a vision and in reality.
I mean, the technical, literal producer, no, because I'll be watching them press all those buttons and do all those things. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I do
Well,
be trying to look,
what's
but I don't
what
know
is
what
but
he's
like
doing.
I get that, but it's like what is this guy? What's his name from Def Jam? Right, that he has the beard, is very like hippie-ish. Like
Um,
he's
Def
like
Jam.
one of
I
the
want to
major
say
producers,
David,
huh?
not David. You talking about David?
I don't know his name. I can't remember. Like he has a long ass beard. I think he's one of the founders of Def Jam. But whoever that guy is, right? He
Uh-huh.
doesn't play one instrument, right? He doesn't play
Oh.
one. I watched an interview when he said he doesn't play nothing. But yeah, you got individuals like Jay-Z and these other amazing artists, and they'll go spend the day with it and just brainstorming, just figuring out vibes, bro. You feel me? So
Mm.
like, you don't gotta worry about nothing. You know what I mean?
I mean, I probably would become more like I'm never gonna really stop doing music for real. But like I'll probably go into like ghost singing, like maybe in background,
No, you have
definitely
to. No,
writing music.
you have too much bigger personality to be just shoved in the back.
I mean,
I
like
get
toward the
writing,
end.
nah, but nah, there's no end. There's always in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna let you state shit like that, right? You have a big personality that doesn't meant to be in the back. I'm giving you your flowers, right? Take them,
Thank you.
take them, right?
Thank you. I received that.
Writing, tremendous. I think you can write hits. Just like
Thank you.
but it's also just exploring, right? Not having that fear of failure and just do what you love, and that's what I feel. Like when I hear like you did, right?
Oh my goodness. Talk about songwriting.
Mm,
I love songwriting, by the way. And just to state it here now, not every single song is a real life situation.
mm-hmm,
Like this song, like you did,
mm-hmm,
it's literally describing like a kind of a get back in a sexual nature. Like I've never had something like that. Like I've never like just went and like got somebody and then
mm-hmm.
got caught by my somebody and
Bam.
like that's so soap opera.
Mm-hmm.
I'm dramatic like that, but I haven't done that. This is
But
not a real situation.
that's good writing though. Like
Yeah, some people thought it was real.
that's good writing. That you're able to take words and bring them to life and deliver them in a way that like people are believable.
Hmm.
It's like a good book is defined in how you're able to uh detail and describe what you're thinking of, and people read it and everything you wrote, they can imagine it in their head.
Yes.
That's essentially that's what good writing is. And I think when I heard like you're explaining what I'm thinking about what with that song, so like you're good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sexy though. It's
It
sexy.
is. It is very
I am starting to
prerogative,
lean more
very
more
very
into
nice and
that.
slow.
Yes, very, very for like a lounge situation.
Yes,
That's what I was thinking of
exactly.
when I was writing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Just a chill, what's up, you
Hmm.
know the vibes.
I'm dipping. I know like a lot of my stuff, especially in the beginning, but a lot of my stuff is very like clean, ready for radio. Like even my producer was like, "You don't really cuss." Like in propaganda, I cussed a couple times, and
Okay.
like two of them he edited. And I'm like, because there's so many words out here. Like
Nah,
that's
man.
not my go-to unless I'm like mad. That's
Yeah,
like one of my friends was like, "That's the only time I know when you're really upset." And you start cussing somebody out.
I know,
I'm
but I
like,
think if you
well.
would, you probably got in away with propaganda. Propaganda. I like that.
I love
Talk
it.
to me about trying to be. It's very like romantic. It's like a love song.
It's not.
You really like singing your ass off.
Thank you. It's not a love song though, actually.
It's not.
Actually, I had no.
I
I
like the
had you got to
piano in
really
it.
listen to the full when you get to like the bridge in the end, then you
Hmm.
understand. But so that song I had the title and I just didn't know and I had the beat and I just didn't know what I was going to write on there. I knew I wanted it to be something deep, something honest. And I did what I do, listen to old music. So I was listening to some like early 2000s music and I came across this Vivian Green song
Mm.
called Gotta Go, Gotta Leave. And I've heard that song a million times. Love that song. I was watching a video and I haven't seen the video too much, but I was watching the video and it's basically her like literally packing up and like leaving right in front of the guy's face. He's like on the phone. He's like walking around, like not really paying her any attention
She's
until
packing
just
to go.
before
Yeah.
she's literally walking out the door. And he's like, "Where you going?" And it's like I was already literally out the door. So I was like, "Oh, that's a great concept for a song." And I was writing, trying to be as like kind of like a mantra, I'll say.
Hmm.
Because in the song, it describes like a relationship that's like heavy on this person. Like they know like it's not good, like they have to go. It's too much happening. Like they have to really like stand up for themselves. They have to choose themselves. Like
Hmm.
they really do. And it's a problem. Some people like really will stay in like bad situations, bad
Hmm.
relationships and like never really bet on themselves. That's why they're staying there because they're putting all their stock in someone else instead of themselves. And you have to at least try. So I'm trying to be me. I'm trying to be my own light, is like what I'm saying in the song. And by the bridge, that's where like I really understand, like, oh, I know me, the real Robbie. Like this is what I say. And then there's like two climaxes. The first climax where I do like a belt that kind of sounds like it's kind of pressed down towards the end of the belt. And then there's a real high note at the end that really breaks through where like you're trying, you're almost there, they're pushing back, but then you finally get through it. And you're a success, you're free. You're still trying to be because everything isn't like perfect once you
Yeah.
leave a situation but you're at least taking the necessary steps to make yourself better.
So
I
it's
just
just
love trying to be
not a love song, but it's like a heartbreak song
a triumphant
or a
song.
song you trying, trying to figure it
Hmm.
out, but you're singing your ass off. Feel my pain.
Thank you. Yes,
What
I've been in a
about?
situation like that before, so
I
I
know
I,
that.
I
Me
knew it
too.
well. Yeah,
I feel that, man. What about This Is Nice? I feel
I
like
think
you
that's
got the
nice.
guitar in there, like you're really just jamming out. Like even when you say
Love it.
like this is nice, you just
Yes, you like the vocals for that?
yeah. I like the combination of the guitar and I think it's dope. I like how you like nice is such a short word, but you're able to just mix it with the melody and just write it out.
Yes, that I loved it when I first heard it. And I was listening to it, like I was just probably sitting on this couch. I was just listening again and again and again and again, and just like really like floating away to it because I did a bunch of stacking and all the things
Hmm.
to it. And I was kind of worried. I'm always worried about something in a song, but I was worried that for the chorus, the way I was doing nice, like people
Hmm.
weren't gonna like that and I actually got it's this new app called I think Blue Sky or something like that. What my one friend chose me all the new apps, but I'm on it, and
I've heard about that.
somebody actually commented when I posted the song. It was saying like, oh, like I love the way you can control your vocals. Like I can't wait to do that. It was like a random person.
Hmm.
And
Which
I've
is
always
good.
had like, I know, I've always had like random people really become fans from just out of nowhere. And just them saying that was like, okay, so you get it. And then
Yeah.
more people were listening to the song and they were loving it. I was like, okay. Sometimes I really like think like, are they gonna get it? Like, do they understand? Like I'm experimenting vocally here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thankfully the people who get it. And those are my people.
I
But
mean, but it's like not every, you're like you are when it comes to music, you're very influenced by music, and
yes.
not just in you're not like in one place. Like when they ask me, "Do you like music?" And it's like, "Yeah, I like music." What genre? I just like music. Like I won't listen to an album. I'll listen to a song here, a country or R&B. You know, so like you're very influential, and not a lot of people have. Well, look at rap nowadays. Let me take a moment and just shit on rap, right? And we're like,
Oh my goodness.
we had just mumble rappers, right? What they were saying, don't know. Do I want to know? No. High, like,
I mean, Pharrell was saying the mumble rappers are kind of like scatting, like
mm-hmm,
when people first started scatting, so see it as that. And
mm-hmm.
I'm like, he's trying to convince people. I more want to hear the lyrics, but okay,
I mean, but
do what you want to
when you're
do. I like
invested,
all the expressions.
when you're producing, you're investing money in new talent. I mean, you got to fake it till you make it, baby. You got to make that money
Mhm.
back at the end of the business. But like, majority of these mumble rappers are dead because they overdosed or did something stupid. So when you have somebody like, and then you have somebody like Eminem, who it's throws his flowers to those who are worthy, and then you start just breaking down the rhyme, and it could be something so dumb, but you see how he puts it together, and just boom, 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 right?
Mhm.
So like it's a specific technique, and not everyone can, it's an acquired taste,
Yes,
you
that's what
know?
I feel for Nicki Minaj. Like I have a whole
Yes.
bunch of list of rappers, but like when she came on the scene,
Hmm.
I liked a lot of people, but exactly when she came on the scene, I was like, oh, and I was probably like real young when she came out, so I probably
Yeah.
shouldn't have been listening to
Yeah.
that, but I just couldn't get over it was a lot of things because she's a theater kid. So it was like the animation, the voices, and then if you take all that away and just read the lyrics, oh, this is crazy,
Hmm.
or it's funny,
Yes. Yes.
or like it's actually I could say this to somebody and like go back and forth with them.
Yeah.
Like this is something.
Yeah, and she switches her flow. She's versatile.
A
She can
lot.
hit you with sometimes with her little singing, right? Like she has that
Hmm.
song Grand Piano, which I love.
I love
Um,
that.
and then she hits you with that, and then with the lower voice, that
Yes,
pretty
yes,
good
yes,
one. So
yes.
like it's versatile. She's very versatile, which I think has given her tremendous success, you know.
Mhm.
And like when you compare her to like Little Kim, it's two different styles. Little Kim is a New Yorker with that raw shit, right? And that was when Little Kim was on top. That was the time frame
Mhm.
where that was okay. Now comes Nicki Minaj is an evolution, right? Then you just hear somebody like Cardi B who's is influences Spanish, so when she hits you with that like that, and then you got J Balvin and Bad Bunny, but then she also give you that, that rap, which is not bad rap. It's a good couple of
Mhm.
bars, right? It's different.
Mhm.
So it's an acquired taste. I think I don't think everybody should get it because I think it's some for you to get it. That means you have to have a lot. You're passionate about music. It has a lot to say if you get it.
Okay.
And
Okay.
somebody that doesn't get it is just somebody who's just browsing through. And I don't think you should take offense. I think you should take pride and continue doing what you love.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always going to do that.
Hmm.
But I just, sometimes you wear like music, each one of these songs, I have no kids. So
Hmm.
each one of these songs are like my children. So like I'm very, very like sensitive, like them. Don't hate them. Although I know like there'll be people who like don't like stuff, everybody likes something different,
Hmm.
but that's why I try to do my best and like writing it, singing it, making sure the production is good, making sure the beat is good. Because I'm like, if you don't like the song, there's gonna be something about this song you at least tolerate.
Hmm.
You at least think is like okay. Like there's gonna be something. And sometimes, I hope it's my vocals, I hope it's my writing, because that's like the main things that I'm very passionate about.
I don't know.
But you
You,
asked what this song is about. I didn't
yeah.
even answer that. Um, So this song, this is nice. It describes a moment. This one is real. Um, like a random summer when I was in college, uh, I had this relationship. It was very nice in the beginning. And we had this moment to where this whole song describes the moment to where we was at my house, midsummer, middle of the day, and I think the TV was on. I wasn't really paying attention. We were just sitting there. And I mean, like literally, like I described, like I was like laying on her lap and just sitting there, just like enjoying the moment, enjoying the space. And that's like really what this song is describing, just what that moment feels like how that moment
So nice.
feels. And I was trying to make like my singing sound like a soft breeze because that's kind of what was like happening at the time. Like everything was very cinematically perfect. I was like, oh, this is nice. And like the best way possible. I was like, that's a song. So
Yeah.
I really wanted to capture that moment. And I added some French in there. If you wonder what I'm saying in the bridge.
Well, that's what's nice. So we discussed party at the party, propaganda, which I love. Give me my
Mhm.
flowers, just my type. That's the Lord. Will I ever? Another life, like you did in trying to be. This is nice. So this is the singles you have released through the course of the year.
Yes.
Now, why hasn't it been an EP for this? Because it's a body of work, which is I think you put it in order. It's an audio movie. I think it's pretty dope.
So like I was saying before, like I wanted to look into like some real business things, as in
Mm.
basically promotion. Like I feel like my last project, which by the way, quick shout out, my friend Jay
Me.
Gallagher
There you go.
made me a CD. Oh, is it showing?
Yeah, you
It went
got
away.
right
Oh,
there,
okay.
right there.
Yes, made me a CD. I've always been the like a lot of people talk about some
Hmm.
oh we don't like the Grammys, the Scammys and all that. Yeah, once you have them, you don't care. But
Yeah,
like when you're new, you want it.
yeah, yeah.
And I always wanted a CD. Like this is an EP, but like I always wanted my own CD and my friend made this and my first EP's project made a CD of it and probably will make the next one. And I just always loved it. I've always wanted that. Every time way back when I was younger, I would make my parents buy me CDs and I would just walk through probably Target when they had a big CD section. I would just see all my favorites, see people that I don't know, and then I go back home and go on iTunes to listen before I went back to go get it. Like I just always loved CDs. And I know it's not the thing now. Apparently vinyls are coming back, but I grew up on the time of CDs. So
Yeah.
I always wanted a CD. And I'm just excited and happy about that. But yeah,
Well,
shout out to Jay
shout out to him.
Gallagher.
Shout out to him for being such a thoughtful person, right? That's dope.
Jay Gallagher is they them.
Dave M. Well, shout out to Dave
Yeah,
M.
yes. Um, I'm sorry, what was your question before that? I just got excited about that.
So,
Oh, why it wasn't a body of work?
yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I
Because
can
I wanted
understand
to,
now. I can understand because like you're not really realizing it because you're just releasing like one, two, every month that passes you release one. So I get it now. But anyway, the songs are dope, man. I don't know.
I just really thought this last project, the promotion could have been stronger, could have been a lot more organized.
Yeah,
Like, so I really wanted to have that business part more together. So
got
I
it.
knew exactly how we were going to push it, how we were going to send it to different things and different people and like all the stuff that we were going to do. And like now I have that list. I know who I'm sending it to, what I'm sending it to, when I'm sending it. Um, I will be getting because I took a break from my management because I have management
Oh,
because I really
nice.
wanted to like focus and figure out everything that I personally wanted to do. And like I'll be getting them back next year, but like next year I'm ready. Uh,
2025.
yes, I'm ready. I'll have everything, and we have a new. It's going to be a project. Like no more single. I mean, we're still doing singles, but no more droplet whole
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
It's going to be a proper project. There's going to be bonus. It's going to be a focused style, a different style. And if you like propaganda, get ready for more.
Boom. And do you have a name or are you still working on it?
I have a name. I have a name. I do. I do like to change stuff last minute, but I am kind of like, I pretty much, I think this is the name. I think this is the name, which will make you think the project's about one thing, but when you actually listen to it in completion, it's kind of something else.
All right. I mean, can you
Yeah.
share with us or do you want to keep it on the download for now?
Um, okay, I can say it's a the project is about you like a guy's sense of self. Like who you are,
Mm,
how the world sees you, how you see yourself in the world.
mm,
Like, they talk about which that's a bigger conversation that we probably shouldn't get into, but I've heard a few things about like there's like a male lonely epidemic going on. And I just wonder like why. And like I thought, guys are like, just being guys, but like apparently not. Apparently, I think it's more of a relationship thing.
mm.
But there is like a few guys that like I just meet in every day or that I've known, and like really don't have like maybe one or two friends. And if those friends are busy, then they're just in their room playing a game or like doing nothing. And I'm like, oh, the isolation. Like what's going on here? And then you hear all the gender war stuff and just it's a lot going on.
I mean,
And I'm like,
it's it's a multiple reasons, you know. Relationship
mm,
values. You know, I'm
mm-hmm.
going next year. I'm going 10 years being married. You know,
Congratulations.
a lot of thank you, a lot of ups and downs, and I'll tell you, there's a lot of values. You know, like things have
Mm,
changed drastically. You know, if you try to guide someone, if you're in a relationship, and this doesn't happen all the time, but if you, as a male, we are we're gatherers. You know, we're hunters. You know, we're the working force, and usually, if you or with somebody that needs guidance, right, we lead. But now that's that's too manly. That's bad because we don't let others think for themselves, right? And also like you have men and where like they don't want to work as much or do their part. So when you find somebody who just wants to have a life just playing video games, they don't want the responsibility. That's their happy place. You know, in order to build all those things, you got to come out of the box. You got, you have to do difficult things. You got to go
mm,
through it. You know, that's how you build character. You got to go through that roller coaster of a life and not, because everything's so convenient now. You know,
mm,
why do you have to cook if you got Uber Eats? Why do you have to go out to eat and have a date when we got Netflix and Uber Eats, or
mm,
DoorDash or a Grub, So like
mm,
everything that has been sold to us as convenience has slowly killed us. And
Yeah,
we no longer crave for experience. Like, these songs,
I do.
you
I sure do.
right? These singles you put out throughout this year, like we're sitting here chatting and like is an experience, whether you went through it or you had an idea of something. Even This Is Nice, like that was a moment you had with somebody and you was like, damn, this is nice. We don't have that. Everything's just sex,
Oh my
uh
God.
just get money, fuck bitches, right? The same model.
Which in this next project, like I do discuss that.
Hmm.
I discuss all of it. I really am like taking the scope of man and like what you were saying, there's many men like that.
Hmm.
But like there are nerdy guys who do that's all they do is the games and there's somebody for them. There's more sensitive guys who would actually like to reverse the roles, which that whole role conversation is a conversation, but
Hmm.
like they more prefer to be like more of like a homemaker, like just do all the stuff in the house. Like there's different types of people and there's different types of men.
Hmm.
And like men and women, like that whole concept, because I feel like that's a concept because everybody can do everything. In my family,
Hmm.
like this is probably why I had a problem with certain girls. Like in my family, there is no woman who is I want to say even shy really. Like strong women, and I mean like not in like a oh like they had to be because like they have like I have a dad like they have men, but they still like if he went down, ain't nothing gonna stop.
Hmm.
Like they keep it going. Like they stay keeping it going. There's nothing, and I don't really even like nobody soft for real.
Hmm.
Like I love a pretty thug. Like this
Yeah.
is that's my type. Like I love somebody who is like strong like that. Like I like that, and I feel like you shouldn't be put into a box and clearly, as you see all the music I do, but
Hmm.
you shouldn't be put into a box or it shouldn't be like, so this is what you have to be or how you have to be to get X, Y, and
Yeah.
Z or to get this person.
Well,
Like you can discover yourself
yeah,
and be who you are,
yeah,
but you have to want to do it. Like you
yeah.
have to. That's why some of your point, I really am into it because like you do have to get out there.
But
You have to get in the
how do you
field.
find yourself? Because everything you're explaining is accurate as fudge. But in order to get there, you have to find yourself. How does one find yourself if you don't go through experience? Everything we live in a world that everyone it's so easy to discourage somebody, right? Like,
Hmm.
I mean, I'll put myself on the table. Me and my marriage. Sometimes my wife worked. I stood home, cooked and cleaned. Sometimes I worked, my wife cooked and cleaned. It was that balance. We have an autistic child, a special need. We have to have used another one as support. Not everyone has that mindset. A woman, most often, she's the breadwinner. She thinks she can do whatever the fuck she wants and treat how people she wants, right? Men, they're the breadwinner. They don't value a good home sometimes. So like,
Hmm.
then you have like an Hispanics family and Hispanic family homes, right? If you ain't working and you're the man, that's discouragement. They'll get into
Hmm.
your brain. They'll talk crap about you, your own family, and other cultures, is different. But it's so easy to discourage one another, right? Not
Hmm.
understanding that, and especially like I'm in New Jersey. You need a partnership, whether it's a man, man, woman, 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 man, whatever, just to survive and pay rent because things are so high. The jobs are not paying enough. You get a degree for what? You know? So, like, the morals, the values, everything
Hmm.
has changed. Like, listen, everything that matters, everything that's good, everything you care about, everything that will make you happy you have to work for. Nothing will ever come easy. And we live in a time is that everyone wants instant gratifications. Dude, I just hit 10,000 subscriber on my YouTube channel. You know how much I had to bust my ass for that?
Yeah, I saw you. Congratulations
Thank
again.
you. And let's go to your music. You know how much night you had probably lost writing, producing, re-recording because you're gonna get this hook right. You're busting your ass doing that. And if you take that concept and put it into a real world and relationships and all that, we're both guilty and we're both not at fault.
Mhm.
So, you know,
Yeah, there's two sides of a
you're a
story.
psychologist, communication.
Yes, that's what I'm doing on this next project. I'm definitely going to use, I mean, I have a whole bachelor's degree, so I'm gonna use it in psychology. I'm gonna use it in this because I really want to bring up conversations. Like I
Okay.
feel like music don't really do that. And for this next project and what we're doing, I feel like this will be a great time to have a conversation. Like it's going to be, I mean, this is music, so it's going to be, fun songs. I'm really trying to get more, I guess, comical,
Hmm.
have more of like a animation type personality in it. So like it'll be interesting, but like at some point, I want people to sit back and like really like understand these
Oh
lyrics
man, I
and
hope you
what we're
come back.
doing.
And let me know when it comes out because I'm really intrigued. I think that's different. I don't
Yeah.
I don't think besides somebody talking something like that on a freestyle, right? I, I
Hmm.
I don't think that's a concept. But
No.
I think I'm glad you're doing it. I definitely want to listen to it. And
Yes, I'm gonna come back for that. But I
yeah,
definitely would like a lyric breakdown, maybe.
yeah,
Like from like
yeah,
a jeans thing, we get into some of the verses.
yeah,
Okay,
100%.
yeah.
Let's do that. So next year, new project. As of now, you have these singles out. Uh, I can't wait. Before we go, please tell the people where they can find you at. Please tell them where they can find your singles and how they can support you and help you grow as an artist, as a general person that you are, and as a future talent.
Okay. So you can find me at the Robbie Monroe or just Robbie Monroe on YouTube and Spotify.
Mm. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. Much new music will emerge from this gentleman here. Make sure to go follow me at DIOTALK TV YouTube channel. We just hit 10,000. Make sure to go follow me on Instagram, Mr. Dream Inspire Retain, Deal Talk Podcast. Go follow me on Facebook, Dio Mark King Diaz. I'm out, guys. Have a good night.